This episode of Man of Prestige. It's crazy. Why would people get into a relationship without knowing everything? That's why they call it romance. That means you're not overthinking information. You don't need answers to everything. You're just happy with the idea of not knowing, right? And this is the very essence of life in a lot of ways. But you're forcefully trying to know everything. Like, if you need to know everything, just engage in only business relationships. Stay away from romantic relationships in general, okay? Now, I know things are changing. Some people will say, no, transparency up front, we can still build romance. Well, good luck, okay? Good luck. Because for you, that may be true, but keep in mind you're dealing with another human being at the end of the day, right? So, but with that being said, let's go to number one. He thinks his opinions are all facts and no feelings. If you think that way, that's not thinking, that's a feeling. That's a feeling, and you are all in your feelings. Man of Prestige, what's going on? Welcome back. We're talking about 7 signs of an insecure lover. 7 signs of an insecure lover. Let's dive right into it. 7, he needs to be loud to communicate. If you feel like you have to raise your voice to communicate, right? That's feeling, by the way. If you feel like you have to raise your voice to communicate, yeah, you lost it right there. Okay, you lost it. You're insecure. Okay, if you feel like you have to argue against this, that you're not insecure, you're just checking those ladies, right? That's insecurity right there. Number 6, he needs to be loud to lead. If you feel like you have to be loud in order to lead, all right, even worse, you feel like they have to allow you to lead, to be a leader. You feel like a woman should allow you to lead before you can be a leader. You're insecure. Okay, clearly you don't feel secure about yourself. You don't feel secure about what you stand for. You need validation. You're a needy person. Yes, you're loud, but you're needy as well. Okay, so that's a sign of an insecure lover. Number 5, he misconstrues the masculine energy for aggression. If you feel like you have to be aggressive, or you feel like rah rah is what masculine energy is, you're insecure. Okay, and it goes way beyond, way into the past, like from your childhood. You're insecure, right? Aggression has nothing to do with masculine energy. It's not the same thing. It's 2 different things. Masculine energy simply means structure, safety, and security. You bring that into a romantic relationship and it creates polarity with the feminine energy. Okay, if it's not creating polarity with the feminine energy, or is forcing masculine out of a lady in your presence, that's aggression. That's not masculine energy, and it's not alpha either. Okay, it's just not alpha, because you're not an animal. You're a human being, and you're a flawed human being to a fault. And it's worse because you're arrogant and you're not willing to listen, and you're calling it alpha. Number 4, he's very adamant about expressed body count. If you are adamant about expressed body count, what do I mean by expressed? I'm not talking about body count, but expressed body count, right? If you feel like a lady has to tell you her body count, you're insecure. Okay, that's all it is. No more, no less. It's not a crime. It's okay. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay, you're insecure. Now, a woman's body count is an important information or piece of information, or repackaged piece of information, but the way you get that is by focusing on what you attract. You could tell if she has high body count by vibing with her and spending time with her. If you like her, you're getting to know her, you'll be able to pick that information from conversations, and not by directly asking her and expecting her to directly tell you. She's gonna lie to you anyway, and that's your insecurity in your face, because she's gonna lie to you because you're asking that information. Okay, there you have it. This is game 201. All right. 3, he's always competing with his lady. Reverse whataboutism. If you see, we're very quick to call out the whataboutism, like what about this, what about that, what if like women will do that. That's just what women do. If you say women are supposed to do this, do that, women are supposed to cook in the kitchen, a typical woman will tell you what about men, and they will come up with like 5 different whataboutisms, right? But we're doing the reverse version of whataboutism, right? If you feel the need to do whataboutism with a lady, you're competing with her, you're an insecure lover as a man. Okay? You're what we call a lover boy, but you're setting your expectations, you have entitlement, and it's going to work against you 100% of the time. All right, number 2. He wants access to all her social media accounts and the handheld devices, HHD, right? All right, so like I was saying, he wants access to everything. Let's unpack this for a second here, right? If you want access to all of this information, where is trust, right? Trust is earned, but clearly this person is not earning trust from you because you have, for an array of different possible reasons, right? It could be your past. Maybe you've been hurt in the past. Maybe you've gone through some experiences, but maybe it's because she's also giving you a reason to not trust her, right? All of that will make it unfair. You have your reasons why you want access to all of these different things. Maybe you feel like that's just women in this society. They shouldn't have access to social media. They should get off IG, right? Maybe you've been following Fresh and Fit. Who knows, right? Whatever this, but basically just think about it. It removes trust, right? And you can't have romance without trust, because the very essence of romance is that you're going into something blindly. I know you don't want to hear that. I know. It's crazy. Why would people get into a relationship without knowing everything? That's why they call it romance. That means you're not overthinking information. You don't need answers to everything. You're just happy with the idea of not knowing, right? And this is the very essence of life in a lot of ways. But you're forcefully trying to know everything. Like, if you need to know everything, just engage in only business relationships. Stay away from romantic relationships in general, okay? Now, I know things are changing. Some people will say, no, transparency up front, we can still build romance. Well, good luck, okay? Good luck. Because for you, that may be true, but keep in mind you're dealing with another human being at the end of the day, right? So, but with that being said, let's go to number one. He thinks his opinions are all facts and no feelings. If you think that way, that's not thinking. That's a feeling. That's a feeling, and you are all in your feelings, and it will backfire, and you are in fact an insecure lover. See, if you're secured in yourself, you're okay with the very nature of human beings, meaning we have feelings, we have emotions. You understand, right, that as a truth, that women express their feelings more so than men. It's just the way we're not expected as men to be so outspoken about our feelings. Doesn't mean feelings and emotions doesn't exist. We have them. It's just that the only thing we permit ourselves to express in terms of emotions is anger, right? But it's still emotions, right? It's actually a dangerous form of emotions, right? But the point of it is that you need to act. If you don't want to be an insecure lover, you need to acknowledge first of all that feelings are much more powerful, emotions are much more powerful than facts, because facts are essentially lagging indicators. But if you want to be ahead of the curve, right, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your partner's feelings. But you cannot do that if you don't acknowledge that you have feelings as well, that you have emotions as well. You need to master your emotions, have some self-control. How are you going to have emotional self-control if you dismiss the idea that it's a real thing, that emotions and feelings are real, right? You can't do that. And if you are dismissive about facts of life, the actual facts of life, which is feelings, is going to come back and hurt you, especially your romantic relationships. So there's the last but not the least sign of an insecure lover is a person who dismisses the idea of feelings as the most powerful variable when it comes to a romantic relationship.